Up! Woo! What a game! Oh man, I don't even know where to start with this. I'm on my way back from Emerald Downs, my viewing party over there. Hopefully some of you guys were watching the live stream from in there. We were going crazy. But man, talk about an epic game. One of the best games, definitely for the regular season, one of the best games ever. 27-24 in overtime, in the final seconds of overtime for the win. Jason Myers kicking that 47-yard field goal. Faith restored, brother. Good job, Myers. Just when we thought we were losing faith, you come through. Pete Carroll never gave up on you. I love it. Listening to the radio right now. It's post-game press conference. Right now, Jadavion Clowney, who had a great game tonight, on the microphone. I'll listen in for a second.
But at the end of the day, like I said, when we got 5 sacks, 2 QB hits.
5 sacks and 2 quarterback hits. Huge part of this game today.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I do not know what happened to the to Tyler Lockett. Obviously something's up because he was not on the field, one of the most important guys. Don't know how significant that injury, I'm assuming it's an injury. We'll have to find out what's going on with him. He's got 2 weeks to recover before our next primetime game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hopefully he's back with us.
It's a competition throughout this NFL. If you ain't competing, you need to retire. Point blank, period.
Bruce Ribs, Jason.
At the end of the
Kane
day,
says,
I don't want to be outperformed by anybody.
Wait. Someone else saying a knee injury. Which is it? Knee injury or ribs? That's 2 different things.
What's going to be against the rest of the guys up front? We got to compete to get to that quarterback.
Oh, man. That game. So many. Well, first of all, the rivalry, the 49ers-Seahawks rivalry is alive and well, and it's better for football. I mean, whether we have won or lost that game, it's better for football. Obviously, I'm glad we won it, but it's so exciting to see these 2 teams slugging it out again. Defenses, this really became a defensive game. Defensive making plays, turnovers to touchdowns. It had everything you would want in this game. But I think the biggest surprise was that the Seahawks defense, which everybody's been writing off all year, really stepped up. And as like I'd hoped before the game, I said, I was just saying, man, I was looking at that Atlanta Falcons game upsetting the favorite New Orleans Saints, and when their defense woke up and suddenly got hits in the quarterback and playing like they've never played all season, I kept thinking, maybe we can do that. Maybe Seattle still has a chance that their defense can come alive. And sure enough, they did, just like they did, the Falcons did against the Saints. But loved it, man. I just felt like, I don't know what it was. I don't know, Jadavion Clowney just said there's more of an energy level thing, but it seemed like I felt I was seeing more stunts up front, more twists, guys not just straight up rushing, but some guys on the inside, crossing over. It just felt like there's a little more mixing it up, not just playing so straight up. I don't know, maybe that was the plan. Maybe they threw some wrinkles in there. But as I see Josh Gordon, I'd expected, I didn't think Josh Gordon would suddenly be just like primary receiver getting every play. But he had some crucial first down catches. I think he got maybe 3 targets, but he had a couple of first down catches that were critical in the game. So he was great. Quandre Diggs, I liked what he did as well. That guy can hit. So I enjoy what he's brought to the table, these 2 guys. I like that combination of Quandre Diggs with Bradley McDougald, and the rest of the guys I'm fine with. They just got to keep doing what they're doing and clean up a few things.
And the question I would ask, and I'll talk to my co-hosts about this in just a few minutes, I wonder if that was the best game of his career. I mean, he came out #1 pick in the draft, and
they're talking about Jadavion Clowney. Was that the best game in Jadavion Clowney's history? Don't know. I haven't seen enough Texans games to know whether he's had better games, but he had a great game tonight. Besides the sack, scoop, and score fumble recovery, he was just in there disrupting. Even when he wasn't getting sacks or hits on the quarterback, he was there causing issues for Garoppolo. One play where he jumped up and was basically in his face when he wanted to get a pass out, and he had to wait because he was right there. And then it gave time for Woods to come in, I think, and get the sack on him. So he's been doing that all year, just being a disruptor, even though the stats haven't shown his productivity. He's been tearing it up. But oh man, this game, both teams, you could say we should have won that game. I'm sure the 49ers are kicking themselves, you know, the kicker kicking himself, but other plays, you know, that could have gone another way. I mean, we could have sealed this game before the overtime. KJ makes that interception, game's over. Bobby Wagner makes that interception, game's over. I thought it was game over when Russell Wilson got picked off at the 5-yard line, and they ran it back to midfield. I'm sure everybody thought that was going to be it. Then they got to our 30 or so, and then he misses the 46-yard field goal badly. And then all of a sudden it's like, we got life here, no timeouts, a minute and a half. We go down the field. Russell with his own legs gets us down there. And a couple plays later, within field goal range, he kicks the field goal. They call timeout. They're like, oh God, he's got to do it again, and he does. Close. It was like not by much, but he got just enough to get in there. Oh, but man, I'm so excited. This is the best result. Obviously, the win is what we needed. To have the win in this fashion, just exciting, stressful, stomach cramping. But man, I mean, Monday Night Football got their money's worth tonight, man. I mean, everybody watched that game. I mean, how can you not love that game? Down to the wire, overtime to the final seconds. So amazing. Next game, we got a bye this week. It comes at a good time because Seahawks are going to need that resting period after this, I'm sure. Lockett will need it. Everybody playing 5 quarters of football. And it's tough for the 49ers because they already had their bye, so now they got to come off a short week, play the next game against, I forgot who the 49ers playing next. I forgot. They showed the schedule earlier, but 49ers schedule gets no easier the rest of the way. And they got to play now in a short week, feeling probably pretty banged up. Got to go and do it again next weekend. So obviously we'll be hoping for 49ers to drop a few games down the line here so we can keep neck and neck with them. Technically we're a half game out since they've got the bye week advantage in that they're 8-1 and we're 8-2. But we've got the head-to-head tiebreaker now over them with the final game on the last game of the season at home. But man, I can't remember the last time a game was that emotional, where the swings were so extreme from one side to the next. And I did say, I predicted, I almost nailed it, other than the score. I think I got to check my music video because I don't remember what I put for the music video score. My last prediction, because I said, in the video I said we were going to win. And then I said, I don't know, I think we might lose by a field goal, 30-31. Then I changed it today. I said, no, you know what? I'm going back to my original plan. Seahawks will win on a field goal. Because I said originally we'd lose by missing a field goal by Jason Myers, 30-31. This time I said we would win on the Jason Myers field goal, 31-30. Well, it wasn't 31-30. It was 24-24, tied in overtime. And we won on Jason Myers field goal. So I will take the fact that I predicted the win, and I will take the fact that we won on a field goal. And I will take the fact that so many 49ers fans in my channel, social media, whatnot, all the comments, everybody was so confident we were going to lose and get steamrolled. And the critics and the analysts as well, all picking the 49ers to win this game. So glad to prove you guys wrong. And I think the biggest surprise really was the defense. Our defense had not been playing that great, and our defense played a lot better than I expected. Just making stands when they needed to, finally getting pressure on the quarterback, sacks on the quarterback, sacks by the D-line, because all season it felt like every sack had to come from blitzing linebackers. This time we got sacks from the D-line. Quandre Diggs pick up, working out, I think, great. Josh Gordon, small contributions, but enough that we'll just continue to build on that. See what else is talking here.
Resilient. All of our games since I've been here have been close, and we came out on top. We've just been really resilient. You can tell that these guys have the utmost confidence in themselves, and
Russell Wilson, I got to see the stats. I have no idea what his stats were. He wasn't great. There was a lot of, I'm sure his completion percentage was a little bit lower today because there was a lot of drops. He got the interception. Threw one touchdown? Is it one touchdown? Can't remember how much he threw. I can't remember how we scored all our points. I remember there's the sack, fumble. There was the Chris Carson running touchdown, that's 14. Russell Wilson pass, that's 21. And then 2 field goals. Yeah, so Russell Wilson only 1 passing touchdown. So probably not the greatest night. Probably not exactly the MVP ceiling performance, but it was a gutsy performance. They still had to get us down the field in order to get an opportunity to win that game. So there's something there to go with it. Ran the ball at some clutch moments, but hard-fought game. I just thought on both sides, 49ers did what we kind of thought they would do. They ran the ball well. Defensive line was also eating up the quarterback. Got a fumble, scoop and score of their own. So it was fitting. It was a fitting result, fitting type of game for what it was leading up to be. It did not disappoint. I mean, down to the wire, because I think these teams are very evenly matched up. I'm just so happy we came out on top because it easily could have gone the other way. So, man, so you ever get that feeling, when you're just so tense and so worked up, and then afterwards, total decompression. Oh, that's where I'm at right now. It's like my head was splitting from so much screaming and yelling and cheering. Need a massage or something. Hard being a fan. But I was watching those guys, man. Some of those hits going on tonight. There were some sore bodies, both locker rooms. So good, so good. Lockett has a muscle contusion. Well, muscle contusion, I think that just means you got hit real hard. I would like to think he'll heal up from that relatively quickly. Refs, that's a whole other topic of discussion. I thought there were some bad calls. I thought there were some bad calls made. I thought there were some bad calls missed. Of course, I'm going to be a little bit Seattle biased, but there was definitely a face mask on Russell Wilson that was not called. I questioned some of those, like the hit. There was a sack on Garoppolo. I want to say it was number 93. I think it's Brendan Jackson. Went in to sack the quarterback, went in low with his head down, and Garoppolo lowered his head into the impact spot and ended up going head to head, and that's a penalty on the defender. And I don't care if it's my team or somebody else's team, but I hate just calls that are just, they expect players to change the physicality of what they're doing when they're in no position to do so. It's just like guys getting called for roughing the passer when they're diving on a player and they expect them to not land on them and put their weight on them. It's like you can only do so much when your body is flying through the air or flying through space. And I hate cheap calls like that. I understand the rule for safety, but sometimes you gotta look at intent, because there's certain plays you can see when a guy intended to hit somebody hard and targeted with their head, and there's other times when a guy just went in low and somebody happened to put his head into the strike zone and ended up being a head-to-head thing. I know we'll never get it perfect. There's always going to be some judgment call that goes for or against you, but it drives me nuts, especially when a great play is made and then they turn it around. Same thing with the I think it was Nico Thorpe on the punt coverage. He was the gunner, and he went flying down there to hit the guy. And when you're a gunner, man, I mean, you're flying like a heat-seeking missile, and all you're doing, your job is to get to the punt returner as fast as you can, and throw yourself at that guy and try to take him out before he has a chance to return the ball. And what is that? Phil Lamp or Lump? V Lump. $4.99 super chat, thank you. for the support. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're going full on a sprint. How are you supposed to, put your head in this zone that you're going to absolutely never get close to any of the other guys' head? It drives me crazy sometimes. So many plays that could have gone either way. But and it was clean, Nico Thorpe. I thought he wasn't even a head-to-head shot. It looked like he got shoulder. No, whatever. Those are nitpicking things. But somehow we survived it. Thank you, the sucker. $5 super chat. He wants to know, where are those Niners fans now? So you gotta watch out, man. That's why I don't like to do a lot of trash talking, because when you trash talk a lot, and I've seen a lot of things, no way Seattle sweeps the Niners, no way you win here, Seattle's gonna get killed, we're gonna destroy you, Russell's overrated, blah blah blah. And then when it blows up, and then of course the ones where somebody had a comment, I forgot what it was, I wish I could remember it now. I remember somebody said something, 49ers fan saying something where it was just one of those things where the comment was so set up that the insult was set up in a way that to lose to us would make them really bad. And of course, that's what happened tonight. So we did have that 49er fan at the party tonight. He came up at the end of the thing. I don't know if you saw that on the video, but he came up and he's like, "Hey, we're still got a half-game lead on you guys." But hey, it's true. Yeah, the only reason is because you played less games than us. There's no reason you got a half-game lead. And now you guys got to play a next game after getting beat up tonight. And make no mistake, there's some people beat up. Emmanuel Sanders got beat up. I mean, I counted at least 3 or 4 49ers players who went down. Number 98, Emmanuel Sanders, cornerback, went down for a spell. I don't know how serious these injuries are, but number 98's looked pretty bad. He had to get help walking up the field. That's a big dude. Fortunately for us, the 2 guys who went out early came back, Jadeveon Clowney and Trey Flowers, and those guys made plays the rest of the game. Glad they came back. And then Tyler Lockett really is the only residual injury situation where he never came back to the game. But somehow they managed to overcome. But it was hilarious though, because I found myself, I kept jinxing our team. Right before I said, hey, we're pretty good, but this is the healthiest the Seahawks have been. Bam! Jadeveon Clowney gets out. A few more plays later, bam! Trey Flowers gets taken out after Quandre Dixon dive, takes him out, takes his own player out. 2 guys done right after I say that comment. And then I said something else that jinxed us. So after that, I started doing a reverse jinx. I started saying, wow, Jimmy Garoppolo's really good. He hasn't thrown any interceptions. Bam! Thrown an interception. And then the kicker. This kicker's perfect. Hasn't missed a kick all day. He's looked really solid. Bam! Wide left, ugly. As if it really makes a difference. But man, in your own head, you feel like it does. All these crazy superstitions. Leave a parking lot. Saw a gal named Celeste out there, and she says, "Hey, I parked at spot number 4 game." I said, "Oh yeah." I love the thought that it's any impact on the game whatsoever. It's hilarious. But hey, man, I believe what I want to believe. So far, it's working. We're undefeated on the road. 8-2. 8-2. 49ers 8-1. Vikings 8-2. And Packers. Well, the Packers 8-2 as well. It's all log jammed up in the top of the NFC. And then of course we had the Rams lose yesterday. Oops. Great for us. get distance from those guys. Saints lose, so now they got 2 losses. Oh, perfect. Couldn't be any more perfect. It's going to make a very interesting last stretch of the season. What are we in, 9 games now? No, 10. 10 games. We've got 6 games left. And it's going to be rough. There are no easy games left. We got Philadelphia on the road. We got Carolina on the road. We got Vikings Monday Night Football. We're playing really good. We've got the Cardinals again at home. We've got the 49ers again to finish off the season. Is that it? I think I got them. Eagles, Panthers, Cardinals, 49ers. Who am I missing? Missing somebody else. Vikings, and one more. Who am I forgetting? Who am I missing? What's that last team that I'm forgetting? Oh, Rams. Yes, Rams again. Thank you. Rams at home. Or sorry, Rams in LA. I'll tell you, Rams do not look good. Rams offense struggling. Goff not clutch. Gurley not the guy he used to be, and everything was based on what he used to be. Offensive line having issues. Defense is still good, but their offense, man, not what it was a year plus ago. How about Josh Gordon? Have some great catches. Yeah, he has some great catches. A couple of slant patterns. Nice little run after the catch. Quietly contributing. I was wondering, when are they going to finally get a throw to him? They did. Metcalf's just got to... He's just one little step short of being that great receiver. Because he had a couple of balls that he should have caught. That he was, contested, but they weren't uncatchable. Particularly the last one, he should have caught the ball. He should have high pointed, attacked it with 2 hands, and he's so big. He should just out-muscle these guys. Right now I feel like he's still waiting for the ball to come to him. He needs to come back to it and attack it and get it. And I think once he does and just really uses his body to just attack that ball, he'll be even more unstoppable. The play, man, I get another play. We've seen like an eons ago. The DK Metcalf catch and run that almost got in for a touchdown with an amazing run after the catch. So amazing that he kept trying and fighting, and it cost him. They stripped the ball at the 2-yard line. That would have been a touchdown. That could have changed the whole game. They would have gotten to overtime. They could have put the touchdown in the board at the end of the first half. But turned it over, lost the score there. Again, another play that should have been, because we were right there, we would have scored a touchdown. You know it. If we'd gotten down to the 2-yard line, 1-yard line, we would have scored it easy to close out the first half. Didn't happen though. And Russell Wilson throwing the interception. He had him open. Hollister on a wheel route on the right sideline down to the corner. He just underthrew him. It's good coverage, but if he throws a perfect ball on that, where it's over the shoulder for Hollister to run under, that's a touchdown. The linebacker played it, short, and if Russell, underthrew that ball and right into the waiting arms. But if he'd thrown that thing up and over, that would have been a touchdown. Game over. Instead, it created more drama. Back and forth and back and forth. It's crazy. Feels good though. Feels good as I'm almost home. It feels good to get this win. And man, there's nothing better than finishing up the week before a bye with a win, especially a win like this. Because now, for the next 2 weeks or 13 days, we get to ride the high of this. I remember when we beat the Rams, and they had to, I think it was the Rams, had to go into their bye week off of missing the field goal and sit on that for a while. I thought, man, that's gonna suck for LA. There's nothing worse than losing a close one the week before your bye. You have to sit there and think about it for 2 weeks. Here we get to ride the high for 2 weeks. I love it. All right, I'm pretty much home. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little while. Speaking of key games, I I got a game of my own tomorrow. A playoff volleyball game tomorrow night. I got to get up for that. So see how that goes. Maybe some of the Seahawks magic will rub off on us and win tomorrow. All right, but thank you guys. Appreciate it. It was so much fun. Favor, if you guys aren't subscribing, please hit that button. It's always a help for YouTubers like myself. It keeps us motivated, keeps things moving. I'm trying to get to that 35K mark. I'm at 34 something and quickly climbing. I think it's at 34.6. 34.6. Love to get to 35 before the next game. So hit me up, hit that sub button, and ring the bell. It helps out a lot. It really does. So appreciate if you guys can do that for me. And guys, have a great week. And I will be doing some videos talking more about this post game. And I got video to do now. I've got a follow-up to my music video. If you guys seen that, hope you've seen that music video I did. I have the Tiger parody. I've got a part 2 video to shoot during this bye week, so I'm gonna be a busy man. No rest for the weary here. Okay, well, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Hope you guys do too. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it. We will talk again soon. Go Hawks.